Wait, we're gonna tell the story of how we got in. Mrs. Dalloway 哦，因为今天这一年是他出版多少年来着？ I don't remember, but this year's the anniversary of the publish of Mrs. Dalloway. So, do you want? Can we get one?
Yeah.
No, we can't. Our luggage is overrated. But look at that. What was she dreaming as she looked into the Hatcher's shop window? What was she trying to recover? Oh, so the books will actually appear in the book. Okay, then we have to get one. Like, there's no excuse now. No, that's all. That's all. Okay, it's 10:15 now, and we just had dinner. So for the record, we are in Glasgow now. This is a hotel near the train station. Actually, it's in the train station, and we went out to grab dinner. And Nancy had a whiskey, and I had a cocktail. I won't say we are drunk or tipsy, but but when we come back from to the hotel, we realized we don't remember our room name. Yeah, also because I thought we changed. So this is the third hotel we stay in our trip, and the numbers just kept mixing up, and we tried 3 times till we got the right room, and we just tried to open the other people's room, and we all have the Asian flush. So if someone's checking the CCTV of this hotel right now at tonight, they will probably think we went crazy, I think. Okay, hello, welcome back to my channel. You can see this is definitely not my house. It's so much fancier than my usual place, because today we are in Glasgow. So Nancy and Nancy is my best friend, who's also holding the camera now. Nancy and I, she's invisibly waving to the camera, the other side of the camera. So Nancy and I, we have been on the trip back to England. Nancy, when's the last time you came back to England? Do you remember the year? So for me, it was before COVID, so almost 6 years ago. Yeah, because we graduated from Warwick. We enrolled in Warwick exactly 10 years ago. We spent a few days in London, and then we went to Coventry, and then we came to Glasgow. So today, actually, I don't know what to do this weekend. Like, I don't know what to do about the video this week, and I haven't been updating my video channel for a few weeks. So here's what we're gonna do today. First of all, let me say that I don't know how I'm gonna put this pile of book into my suitcase and bring them back home, because the last time we weighted the suitcase, I was 0.8 kg away from being overweight. So I'm gonna dump something. But so this is the 10 books that I have bought in London. Some of them I have read, I just want to collect them. And some of them I'm really looking forward to read. So let's get into it today. So let's get into it. The first one, I think this is the most expensive book I have bought in this trip. This is a Somerset Maugham's The Moon and Sixpence, published in 1936. So I got this second-hand book in a bookstore in Charing Cross Road, is it? I got this. So this is maybe like £43, and I got a Oscar Wilde, The Picture of Dorian Gray. I read both of them, and I think I made a book review video about the green one. I think I have a few edition of both stories, but when you came across it, you just want to, own them. Call me materialism, but that's what I wanted. So I really like this book because first, you can tell it's like a book of age, so it's pretty old, but the binding and everything was really good, and it's pretty light, and I really like the paper, so the quality of the paper feels really good, and it felt so. I have to decide between The Moon and Sixpence and The Painted Veil, and for some reason I always feel that The Painted Veil is more towards the romance genre, and it talked more about relationship, but The Moon and Sixpence, on the other hand, talked more about the meaning of life and society and human beings and individuals. So I like this story more. And frankly, I only have money to pay for one. That's why I bought it. So this is two of the most expensive books I've bought in the trip, and I like them very much. If you ever going shopping in London. Also, Nancy and I, we went to a few, we really should have filmed this because we went to a few rare bookstores, and we saw a Darwin and a Jane Austen that cost more than my salary. I think almost like my salary. It was like £1,500 for one book, and it was really beautiful. And come to think of it, you can own a second edition of Darwin by if you pay £1,500. I think that's a pretty good deal. The next one, Anthony Horowitz, because I did a video about him. I read almost all of his book. Close to Death is the latest. Actually, it was published last year. This one is the latest from the Hawthorne series. I have to say, I was reading this on our way to Glasgow, which, by the way, UK rail system sucks. It's a nightmare. I was on the blink of having a mental breakdown because of we got cancelled, we got postponed, we got delayed, but anyway, I was reading this on my way here, and I'm only 40 pages in, but I have never met a case that I myself wanted to kill to death. Like, he is so rude and unhumane and impolite and cruel that everybody in this book want him dead, and I agree with them. So we'll see how it goes. I think it's a fantastic story to begin with. And then, since we are talking about Anthony Horowitz, I also bought his latest story, The Marble Hall Murders. So this is the one from the Susan Ryland series. If you like Magpie Murder or Moonflower Murder, this is the series that you should keep diving in. Also, Nancy, do you know that, remember, Susan Ryland has a very handsome Greek boyfriend that she run a hotel with? So I didn't read this. I haven't started yet, but they told me in this book they broke up. Huh? Yeah, they broke up. So Susan broke up with Andrea, and then she met a new guy who is a hot police. Yeah, that's what Xiaohongshu told me. I think he's British. I think. Yeah, I read this on Xiaohongshu, and I'm very upset because I wrote it, like, I stood for Susan and Andrea, he's so nice to her. You are a detective story. Why just don't? I don't want to see her changing boyfriends more frequently than I do. It makes me feel really bad. But anyway, also this book is 600 pages. I don't. Anthony Horowitz, can you tell us what you are thinking about? Because I can read this, no problem, but I need some mental preparation to read this one, and I'll tell you about how I felt afterwards. Next one, so I talked about this book briefly in the last video, John Williams Stoner. I bought this book because, as I said in the previous video, that I think it's my book of life, the most important and best book I have ever read, the singular form. And I'm actually forcing Nancy to read this. And Nancy, are you ever going to read this? Maybe. That's a very weak maybe. But yeah, I want to own a copy of this book in its English version because I think it was. Still, I stand by my review that this is the best book I have ever read in my entire life. And then I pick up actually the cashier, the staff in the which bookstore we went, Waterstone. So the staff in Waterstone, right, recommended this because when we were getting checked out, she said, "Oh, if you like stoner, you should read this book because our editor said it has the same feeling and kind of background stories about this." So this is William Maxwell. So long, see you tomorrow. I haven't read it, and it's not Anthony Horowitz. Can you see the difference here? But I will, and I'm actually really looking forward to read this because I'm sorry if it sounds rude, but I don't believe it's as good as Stoner. I hope it proves me wrong. And this one, I didn't plan to buy this one. Actually, we went to the Tower Hotel one day, and I actually picked this book up in like 3 minutes when we walked past a bookstore, Rachmaninoff in Exile. So Goodbye Russia. It's a biography about one of the most important Russian composer, and how he left Russia and moved into, I think, Europe or somewhere that's not Russia. I really want to read. So I have never read any stories about Rachmaninoff. I don't know how he was brought up. I don't know his childhood, his life story. But somehow I saw this. So this is the first book I saw in the bookstore, and it caught my eye, and then I read the back and I decided, okay, let's go with it. I'm really looking forward to read this one. And this one is also, so there was is it a Waterstone that we went to in Piccadilly that they said it was, so that was the one with 7 floors or 6 floors, right? Foilers? No, that's not Foilers. Is it? I don't. Foilers? It's in Piccadilly, the one that you said. It's 7 or 6 floors. No, in Oxford. Yes, in Waterstone. So I saw this in Waterstone. Actually, I already saw this cover before, and I find it very amusing. Can you read the cover? So she strike a lot of words out, and I picked it up and I read a few pages in. It was about relationship and love and dating, which I find personally very relatable. That's why I bought it. And it's also because I just like to walk around and buy books and not thinking about overweight luggage that day particularly. And then another Somerset Maugham, this is the Ashendon. So this is his short story collection. Somerset Maugham was a spy for British intelligence in World War I and II. Allegedly, Ashendon is one of his most popular classmates when he was in school. And Somerset Maugham was a shy kid and no one talked to him. He was very isolated. So that's why he named his protagonist with the name of one of his most popular and I think pretty handsome classmate. And in the back it says, the first spy stories written by someone who has been there and done that. I read this Chinese version. I really like it. That's why I wanted to reread it again in the English form. And that's why look at the cover. The cover is really beautiful, and it only cost £9.99. So as a book lover and a Somerset Maugham fan, it's almost nothing. Which brings me back to the topic of British rail system, because we were planning to go to Canterbury to visit his tomb in the Canterbury Cathedral, and then our train got cancelled, and by the time we got there it's already closed, so we canceled the whole trip, and we were planning to go like a few days later after we filmed this video, but since we had been tortured by the British rail system, I can't guarantee we will be back to London that day, so I canceled the whole trip. Actually, I'm kind of regretting it now, because I really want to visit the place that he grew up, but well, let's just leave something more to do for the next trip. Although I doubt if Nancy really do want to hang out with me more after the 2 weeks that yeah, you're okay for now until I tell you that we're going to Italy next year. So is this a deal, Nancy? Are we going to Italy next year? That's a maybe. Yeah, but think about the good side. If we go to Italy, I won't buy any books because I don't speak Italian. So I think we'll be fine. And they will be. I'm gonna cut this in the video, because there are people that know me are gonna watch this video. And Mom, I'm sorry, but this part has no Chinese subtitles. I don't want you to know what she's talking about. So the last one, Stendhal, Love. First of all, I didn't know he wrote this book. I only know him for all his fiction work. So I saw this on the bookshelf, and it was a essay, non-fiction collection of his personal emotional experience after a bad breakup, allegedly with the love of his life. So Stendhal wrote this book exploring his experience, his thinking process, and his opinions about love and relationship in this book. I have mixed feelings about this book, because Stendhal, you have a very cynical, cruel way of discussing love in the Red and the Black. So I don't know what I will find in this book, but I'm keen to read it. So the chapter 3's name is called Concerning Hope. It's about hope to find love and to maintain it. Actually, it would be really interesting if you read this book together, because they are from different point of views, but I bet they talked about some things that are similar in terms of the theme and the mutual human experience of being in and out of love. So yeah, I think it's probably going to be very interesting. But I'm going to read the Anthony Horowitz in our plane back. Also, I might take all the books with me in my carry-on to avoid the overweighted luggage, and hopefully we don't have a problem with that. And that's all for today's video. We are featuring Monkey and Nancy behind the camera. See you hopefully next week. I don't know what to do. I realized making videos every week is a very big commitment. And hopefully we will be talking about more of the books that we talked about today. See you next week. Bye bye. Nancy, you're gonna say bye bye. Bye. Bye.